Hello, I'm Jonathan Rabb with Halban's lovely edition of my book, Rosa, the first installment in the Berlin Trilogy. This one takes place in 1919 Berlin, just after the failed socialist revolution. And as I'm reading from the beginning, I don't have to tell you anything else. Berlin in December, to those who know her, is like no other place. The first snows take on a permanence, and the wide avenues from Charlottenburg to the Rondell breathe with the crispness of Prussian winter. It is a time when little boys drag their mothers away from the well-dressed windows at KaDeWe or Wertheim's, or the elegant teas at the Hotel Adlon, and out to the Tiergarten and the wondrous row of marble emperors along the Sieges Alley. Just as dusk settles, as the last flurries of the day swirl through the leafless trees, you can steal a glimpse of any number of little eyes peering up, hoping just this once to catch a stony wink from an Albrecht de Beer or a Friedrich of Nuremberg with his large ears and dour expression. Just a wink through the snow to tell him that Christmas will be kind to him this year. There, Mama, did you see? Do you see how he winked at me? And the pride that next morning bundled up beyond all measure, racing out from his fine house on Belzicke or Wartburgstrasse to tell his friends of his triumph. Yes, me too. Berlin in December. This, however, was January, when the snow had turned to endless drizzle, so raw that it seemed to penetrate even the heaviest of layers. And whatever civility they might still be clinging to elsewhere, here on the east side of town, all the way up to the Flopphouses and Prenzlauer Berg, people had little time or patience for such gestures. Christmas had brought nothing, except perhaps the truth about how the war had been lost before the summer, how the generals had been flim-flamming them all the way up to the November capitulation. Oh, and of course the revolution. Christmas had brought that, a thoroughly German revolution, with documents in triplicate, cries from the balconies, demonstrations and parades, tea still at 4 o'clock, dinner at 7, and perhaps a little dancing afterward up at the White Mouse or Maxime's. Shots had been fired naturally. A few hundred were dead, but the socialists, not the real socialists, mind you, were straightening everything up. Still, it was the weather that had most people on edge. The rain just wasn't giving in, and it was why Nikolai Hoffner, rather than waiting out on the tundral expanse of the Rosenthaler Platz, had snuck off to Rooker's bar for something warm to drink.